Daybreak. The Daybreak Show.
They are supposed to be smiling now if everything has been in place, particularly with the price of crude oil that is going up, which implies that, of course, we'll be making a lot of money from oil. As a country, we seem not prepared for production. We are prepared for accumulation of debt. If you are looking at a country that has patronized the debt market most in recent years, is Nigeria. When you are talking of repayment or servicing of debt, you are talking of your revenue. How much of your revenue you are committing to it? Administration in our budget takes over 25%. It means that the cost is very high. Given the fact that revenue is declining, then the cost of administration is rising. Then it's a big challenge. When you look at the budget itself, you see a lot of duplications of things. Every ministry, for example, want to have workshop. The question we should ask ourselves first is that why do we have to be talking of subsidy on petroleum? It's because we are not producing here, and that is not good enough. We should not be talking of removing subsidy. We should be thinking of how not to pay subsidy at all, how not to talk about subsidy, but how to talk about the production. People in government believe that the more educated people they have, the more the criticism that they will have. So they don't want anybody to criticize. They want to promote illiteracy at the expense of the economy itself. Unfortunately for us, the other countries, you can be looking at them as they are small countries. They are doing well. The economies are improving and all those things. So don't be surprised that they just leave us behind, and that would be very unfortunate. The federal government itself does not think of anything besides borrowing, that there is always money there to borrow. We are concerned about how to get the money, not the cost of borrowing. When you borrow more international market, the amount will be changing based on the interest rate, international interest rate. We are spending more of our revenue to pay debt, because you have to pay those debts. We are already in serious problem because of the debt, because we are spending more of our money to pay debt rather than using it to engineer development in the appropriate sectors. It's better to borrow from the capital market, from local market, from external sources, than to borrow from the central bank. But that's what the government has been doing, borrowing from the central bank. Part of the inflation can be traced to money borrowed from the central bank. The economy will not totally shut down, but it's on the brink of shutting down. That's why you don't say that an economy is a bankrupt. I think we have been talking about adjustment of the revenue for a long time. There's need for adjustment. When you talk of incremental budgeting, it simply means that there must be addition over and above the last one. When this government first came on board, the vice president was talking about zero budgeting. Naturally, our needs will be greater than our resources. So what we do is to arrange them in what we call scale of preference. Revitalization of the university or any institution for that matter require a lot of funding and deliberate efforts at doing that. When ASU is talking of revitalization, in fact, now people are saying that they should also change even issue of revitalization, because if government is not revitalizing, academics are not supposed to rely on their salary but on research. But where is the research? You cannot do research when the laboratories are empty. And when money is sent to the university, it's only salary that ASU members get. The real money is spent by the council of the university. So it's not a matter of we want to put money in ASU's pocket. No, who is ASU? ASU is just a union. During that time, Nigeria made 72 trillion naira from oil alone. So there was plenty of money, and that's why people were able to steal. The only thing that they borrowed less, but they still borrowed money, despite the fact that they made money. I remember when Adewale was the finance minister, she said we have to borrow our way out of poverty. I don't buy that idea, but no. So she started it, and this one, when she took over, she just continued from that, and that's not good enough. It means that we are not doing economics of production. Nigerians are such people that when they are pushed to the wall, they want to break the wall and start running out, behind the wall. When you push a goat to the wall, it will turn back and fight you, but not Nigerians. Nigerians will want to break the wall and continue running there. So the government has accepted that, and they know that they can do whatever they like with us. We are always on the hope that something will go, something will happen. God will assist us. When God has given us all the talent that we require, and we are burying the talent, God is looking elsewhere. If Nigerians decide to tell the government that no, we are not taking this, I believe that they will wake up and do what is right. But we have been taken for granted, and we have allowed ourselves to be taken for granted. That's why they just say that those who are making noise, they are making noise because they are not yet in government. And once they get position to, they will keep quiet. In the height of coronavirus, the international community gave us money. Nobody has accounted for that money now. They gave us money so that the economy does not go down totally. It was even at the height of that our own government was making life more difficult for us. At one point, the central bank deliberately devalued the currency so that when they are sharing the revenue from oil to states, then they will be able to give them more money. The state will feel that, okay, we are getting more money. I don't think the government cares about whatever anybody is talking about. That's the unfortunate thing.
Daybreak. The Daybreak Show.